Good morning. This is day 114. I just camped over there. Day 114 on my adventure hiking the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada. Today I will be heading into Ashland for a few reasons. One is to pick up a new backpack from Osprey. Phenomenal customer service. They just sent me a new one because this one is ripping. And I've had this for like 2 years. It's lifetime warranty. And two, I gotta take care of my shin. Shin splint's pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to rest a few days. Hopefully heal this up. So I've got 14 miles to get to town. Well, to get to Callahans Lodge, which point I'll try to hitch into Ashland or get a ride. So yeah, should be a shorter day. It is 6:45, so I got an earlier start. But I did set up camp pretty early last night, so makes sense, I guess. But yeah, I'm just hoping I get the shin healed. I'll see you all out in a bit. Going from a little under 5,900 feet up to a little over 7,000 to start the day. So a nice 1,000-foot climb. Start the day, and then I think generally should be more downhill from there, heading into Callahans Lodge, which was where I will go into the Ashland. About 1.5 to 2 miles in, and surprisingly my shin is not killing me right now. I don't know why. I took the same roll call of pills I took yesterday, but I will take it. So I do have medication in my system, but it is feeling pretty good at the moment. I don't expect it to last because when I lift it up and roll my ankle around, like, it hurts in every direction. But actual step pain is noticeably absent at the moment. Now I have to point out, this is how it was probably like 3-4 days ago, I think, in the morning. So it definitely had regressed the last few days, but this might be a small sign of progress. Check out this view. Had been flagged from some Sobos that there's some sodas here, Trail Magic. Nice way to start the morning. Don't mind if I do. Check this out. There's a Shasta soda company. Put my ass in a lawn chair, toes in the clay. Not a worry in the world, a PBR on the way. Life is good today. Life is good today. Just threw on a playlist from Mykonos in 2018, which, wow, that sounds like a long time ago now. I went with a group of 10 friends, all guys, and then, or 12 of us, I think, to Mykonos. and then half of us went to Sweden after, and then I went to Amsterdam solo. That ended up being a very important trip in my life for a lot of reasons. And I had a blast in Mykonos. This playlist is all the songs we were listening to on the trip. And those guys are running it back this year. And it's not to the same degree as missing my friend's wedding or my family's vacation I go to every year, but I would have loved to have gone on that with them. I haven't been connected really to the outside world too much, so I don't even know if they're there now or when, but it was around this time, and that would have been an absolute blast. So just thinking about other sacrifices I've made to be out here and finish this, and kind of throwing it back in memory of that awesome pivotal trip. It was the first time I feel like I really connected with underground dance music. I was at a club called Void in Mykonos with the crew, and Black Coffee was playing, and it was a great set, and there were a few tracks that I was just so hooked on, and I couldn't understand why Shazam couldn't pick it up, and like I didn't really even understand underground dance music yet. And yeah, he's definitely one of my influences these days, and it was just kind of a special trip for a lot of reasons. So thinking about that at the moment, and it's nice to have Shasta in the background. Shin started hurting. I'd say it was between a 0 and a level 1 pain for most of the first 5 miles, but at mile 5 started hurting more like a 1 into a 2, and now I'm at 6.5 hobbling along, so I'm gonna have to take a break, rest it a little bit when I can find a spot to do so. It's 9:30. I am 7 miles in, so I'm taking a little break. Got up earlier today, so going at a little bit faster pace than yesterday, but still slower than normal. I had a little bout of optimism this morning with how my shin was doing. Man, what a difference that makes when every step's not in pain. You can just feel so much better about what you're doing out here. Like, I had some good music on, and the sun's shining, and it's a beautiful landscape. Like, everything's just more appealing when you're not in complete pain. But naturally, that optimism has been replaced by, I'm just exhausted of feeling demoralized with the shin. It just is what it is now. I mean, I am demoralized by it, but yeah, it just sucks. So hopefully this rest in Ashland will do me some good. But man, what a frustrating situation to find myself in this whole hike. And I'd like to point out, most people I meet have had some issue they're dealing with, but I think I'm on the extreme of what I've been having to deal with. However, that's of people remaining. I think the majority of people who start this hike don't finish, and they have issues like I'm having, and they just stop. And I probably should have, quite frankly, stopped a while ago with some of these issues, but I'm just not quitting. So I want to just point that out. As in one hand, it's not the normal experience for people who've finished, because a lot of them just seem to not have these issues, or to this degree. Maybe they've had one thing flare up on the trail, but not like, I mean, I've had literally 5 or 6 things, but then there's all the people who tried to do this who haven't finished, which is the majority of people, and they had stuff pop up and it just took them off trail. So in that sense, I'm kind of right down the center of the fairway, but I'm just pushing through. Amazing, the view. You still have Mount Shasta across the border. What a beautiful perspective looking down that valley of Mount Shasta, my favorite mountain, I think. I have just under 4 miles to go to get to the fork, where I'll take a little quick side trail to get to Callahans Lodge. I am in pain. I just doubled up, took more of my painkillers, or I don't know, I'm calling them that. You guys know what I'm talking about at this point. So yeah, I'm just so frustrating, but just gotta get there and hopefully somehow magically heal in 2 days rest. Well, despite the injury, supplemented with ibuprofen and Tylenol and topical, actually have made decent time today. So those miles were pretty easy in terms of topography. A big part of it. I got up earlier too, so it was less hot for part of the day, which is good. But I'm almost about a third of a mile away from the junction I'll take to Callahans Lodge, and it's 12:20. So basically, I'll be there by like 12:30. That includes a good like 25-30 minute break I took earlier around the 7 mile mark. And yeah, so let's see, it started a little before 7 a.m. So 5.5 hours to do about 14 miles. Pretty good, all things considered. But I'm not good. Like, the pain is being masked, and I still feel every step, even though I have a bunch of painkillers in me. So hopefully, God, these couple days will help. But I'm very concerned because, again, it took me 2 weeks to heal last time, and now I only have a couple days. I really don't even have a couple days, but I can't keep going out like this. So by the time anyone's watching this, there will be some resolution. But in the spirit of it, I'd say send out good intentions for me, please. Thank you. All right, I've hit my 13.8 miles. Now this is the road to get to Callahans Lodge, which is like a little under a mile off trail. So I still got some walking to do, and I'm really sore. I'm debating just sitting there for a bit and then going, but almost there. This is quite the side quest. I mean, I've done way crazier and more, but it's not like, it's just kind of for less than a mile, but you know, over half a mile for sure. But there's like railroad tracks, there's sort of like jungly vibes, very steep. It's just kind of, yeah, a lot right now. Literally have to walk on the highway. Or at least 273 down here, I think it is. The lodge should be on the other side of all this. Well, recognizing it is just not too far off the PCT and not knowing much more about it, I definitely had a completely different idea of what Callahans Lodge was. I thought it was gonna be like a lodge in the wilderness with no civilization around, but this is like right off a highway. Definitely different vibe than I was thinking, but I'm just picking up a package here and I'm trying to get a ride into town. See if I can go down this way. Maybe. Yeah, over here. Got my first package. Callahans Lodge went off without a hitch, which is great. Speaking of hitch, I now need to get a hitch. There are also people I can call, but I'm gonna see if I can just get a ride by the highway, old school. So that's good. I had to pay $5 for it, which I'm more than happy to do because that was part of the deal. This very kind man stopped his trail angel to help me out. I am at Mountain Provisions in Ashland, and everyone's been super helpful. That's like the owner and some very nice employees, and I got my new bag from Osprey. Pretty good customer service. They sent it here waiting for me, so I'm just doing the swap and looking forward to having a backpack that's brand new. Look who it is! We made it around time. We made it to Oregon. Well, unfortunately, it looks like the new model has removed my favorite feature of the Talon. It's the Osprey Talon 44 liter. This is the side pocket here for water bottles. There is access here, so as I was walking, I could reach back, grab the water bottle, and put it back in without stopping. And I got that process down pretty good. This one, they're closed. There's no opening for that, which is a total bummer. I am still at Mountain Provisions taking care of some stuff, but I had heard through the grapevine and I saw a comment far out that there's somebody here who can fix the Durston tent zipper issue, because like it's so common that there's literally like a table they have you laid out on and they have someone who can fix it, but it's such a common issue that everyone's had that there's like an expert here who knows how to fix it now. It'd be nice if it was just made properly in the first place. This is Brian, the owner. He's helping out, but this is how to fix it. It's a silicone lubricant.
And then we'll see how much this loosens it up. We may need to tighten up the zipper pull a little bit too.
Cool. Mountain Provisions. What a great story. I got to meet the owner. He was so helpful. He fixed my Durston tent, as we saw in there, and 3 other employees, just super knowledgeable and friendly and just cared about customers. Stands out, experiences like that, you know? Very, very distinct. So I got my new pack. I'm a little disappointed though about the water pockets I mentioned, and then there's no pocket here. There used to be a pocket here where I kept my rubber tips, which I just bought some new ones. Also got new tips on my trekking poles, so that's my 3rd set. And I'm walking in downtown Ashland. It's nice town vibe. Kind of reminds me of where I grew up actually, Park Ridge, Illinois. Looks a little bit like that. It is hot. It says it's 93 degrees out right now in Ashland. Definitely feel it with the sun. I'm gonna go get some pizza because I texted Mango, which is a trail lady's name that I'm gonna stay with, and a few hours ago I said I got into town, but I haven't heard back yet. I said initially I was gonna be here either late evening stay or early tomorrow morning, so I definitely got here earlier than expected. So I said, hey, just let you know I'm in town, but I'll have a bunch of errands to run, so I'm gonna eat some pizza and chill. Get some videos uploaded maybe. I am at a place called Holy's Pizza place, getting a beer. Just got this amazing property. So lucky to be here. So this has been day 114. I am in the great hospitality of Jonah, David, and Evan. Their house here. It's a beautiful, beautiful property. I'll show more tomorrow. I wanted to add one thing. So when I was getting that tent fixed, the Durston tent today, the zippers, the guy said that they've had 3 to 4 of those a day for this whole season of people coming in needing the zippers on a Durston tent fixed. To compare that, he mentioned Big Agnes, only 1 tent the whole season has come in needing repair, 2 Enlightened Equipment, and 1 Six Moon. Nothing else. But 3 to 4 Durston tents a day needing the zipper repaired. I mean, $700 tent. Think about that. I hope you're watching this, Dan Durston. From another Daniel, you gotta figure that out. That's just not right. I get the lightweight and wanting to be ultra light, but there's no point of being ultra light if it doesn't even get you through a thru-hike or even half of one. So hopefully that gets taken care of, but I was grateful that they had a fix for that. All right, it's been day 114. I'm gonna rehab in here. I have an acupuncture appointment tomorrow in town, so I'll probably rehab a day or 2 here and hopefully be better and be able to get back on trail. Pet sheep. Well, it was my first day of rehab here in Ashland, and I just got acupuncture for a good hour-and-a-half session, and probably find somewhere to grab a bite to eat. That might be cool, the Noble Fox. But yeah, it's a very nice town. I was very lucky to get a ride from my hosts, and then probably get picked up in a bit. It's a quaint downtown area here. I'm gonna go try to get late lunch at a nice Italian place near the park here. Oh, that's a cool building. Kind of cool vibe, almost a little like European-esque in a way, I don't know. It is 101 degrees currently in sunny Ashland, Oregon. Nice town though, very nice town. Just went back to Mountain Provisions and got so much great personal attention from the manager, Nana, and I got these new shoes. I think it's a smart move right now. My shin splints, there's more cushion to them, but they are Ultra and they're the same footprint as the Lone Peaks that I've been wearing, but these have more padding. I think it's a good play. So, let's see, hopefully it helps with my shin splints issue a little bit. Those other ones were terrible. They're falling apart right away, which is annoying. Hi, Luna. Good morning. It is Sunday. This is my 3rd full day off of rehab. I'm in this beautiful property and home of David and Jonah, which have been so welcoming to me. I'm going on a test walk right now just to try to help see how my shin feels. It's hurting, but starting to do better, and I don't want to get out there too early. I need to let it heal, but like I'm getting antsy because every day counts right now, like more than ever. So just going for a short walk just to kind of keep it moving. So this is Emigrant Lake. I saw people from the house in the guest room I'm at. Beautiful house there. Basically walking here, so I wanted to check it out and test out my leg. It's very beautiful. You can go. My host offered for me to go paddleboarding, which I'd love to, but with my shin splints, I think it's better not to. I gotta stay focused on priority of healing here, but this looks really nice. I'm just taking a little walk around Emigrant Lake, which I think is like a water reservoir. And I came to this bench because I'm trying to get one of my friends on the phone. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Oh, and I see these cards, and it says, "We are constantly presented with golden opportunities, cleverly disguised as insurmountable obstacles. Attitude is everything. Everything is an opportunity." So that might be randomly what I need to read right now, as hard as it is to process with what I'm going through. The mental frustrations of realizing I might not be able to make it to Canada, but I'm still childishly, naively optimistic there's going to be a way I can pull this off. But good to read that, I guess. This cutie likes to hang out. Got quite a storm coming in here. It was raining even harder earlier. I guess I was talking to the guy, the son that lives here, said he doesn't remember it raining since 4th grade in the summer. So pretty interesting time to be here, but hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, there's like some strong winds and rain and stuff. It's really coming in. Hello, this is my 4th day of rehab and rest in Ashland. I gotta be careful because I'm driving, but very kind of my host to offer for me to borrow a vehicle to get into town. They've offered pretty much every day. I've just been trying to rest my leg, but I do have a plan. I was hoping to get back out on trail today, but my shin's just not ready. So I'm gonna go to acupuncture again in town, and then I'm actually going to right now spend the 5 hours before my acupuncture appointment preparing boxes to send up through Washington. So I've already had boxes waiting for me throughout Oregon. Washington, they're pretty much needed, and I was planning to do that when I got to Cascade Locks, which is at the border of Oregon and Washington. But since I'm here anyways, I spent probably 4 or 5 hours yesterday mapping out the resupply and figuring out what makes the most sense for me and to do. And so since I have the time, since I'm just trying to heal anyways, I figured I'd do that now. So that is the plan today. I'm at Safeway doing some shopping as mentioned, but I want to say I think my shin is definitely improving, but it's definitely not really great to go. It still hurts, but the good thing is it hurt more this morning as I started moving. It's kind of like warming up, so I think that's a good thing, because usually it gets worse as it goes on, but yeah, it's gonna be tough. Well, it took me a couple hours, but I've got 3 resupplies for 4 days each, so 12 days worth of stuff all here, and now I'm gonna go top it off at the local gear store. I'm gonna get some freeze-dried meals and a few Pro bars and Bolt gummies, and then try to box them all up and get them sent off. This time I have all the right addresses ready to go, so it should take a little less time at the post office, but get them sent off before my 2:30 appointment with acupuncture. Officially getting rid of these shoes, keeping these. Well, I just left Mountain Provisions again because I got all my freeze-dried meals and some Bolt energy gummies there, and some of these Pro bars, which I like, and the whole team is amazing there. So Brian's the owner, and then Bob and Cooper and Anna and Nana have been so helpful. So someone actually thought I worked there because I spent so much time there, like a customer. But all right, now I'm gonna try to get these off at the post office quickly before my 2:30 acupuncture appointment. But one of my favorite gear stores on the whole trail by far. Just so nice. They had this whole section for PCT people just to hang out and do what they need. That's the space I just used to prepare all this. So, all right, I'll see you in a bit. So it is the evening of my 4th rehab day here. I would say my shin is basically 70% healed. And I've been talking with my good friend Kyle, who's a physical therapist, and I saw a great acupuncturist in town here. And I have a write-up from when I saw a PT on trail for the same issue 80 days ago in the other leg, and I'm corroborating all this information. I think I'm gonna try to go back out tomorrow and see how it goes. Now, the thing is, there's a bunch of fires. I showed some of that storm yesterday. There's a bunch of fires on trail right now. It's not officially closed, but there's been most people are skipping right now, this area between here and Crater Lake, Ashland and Crater Lake. It's like 100 miles of trail. I just looked, probably like 5 or 6 fires really right next to the PCT, but they're all pretty small. 1 or 2 are a couple acres. So I have to be very smart in monitoring all this, but my plan is to still try to hike through it all tomorrow. And I think that's gonna be in the minority of people for sure. There's already messages on Facebook on the Trail Angel page with people skipping and wanting to try to get rides across. So, but my rule is unless it's officially closed to hike it. So I think that's my plan. I'll catch you all tomorrow. I am still at Jonah and David's house. I'll be leaving soon. It's just been a great stay here, and it is time to hopefully get moving and chugging along on miles again. I'd say my shin's like 85% better, and based on corroborating information between a few people that have been advising me, I think it's worth trying to get back out there. I just am afraid I'm going to re-hurt it and lose all the progress I made by resting these last 4 to 5 days. But anyways, I just wanted to show this before I get back on trail. So if this doesn't show the state of affairs, I don't know what is. This is my medicine cabinet now. I've got turmeric in there. I've got some blend of herbs I got from my acupuncturist, ibuprofen, Tylenol, and yeah, and I also have a thing of vitamins. But when I left Campo, or the Mexican border, almost 4 months ago, I had, I think, 10 ibuprofen pills and 1 acetaminophen. I don't know if I'm ever saying that right. I always mix it up, but like Tylenol, and that was it. And now look at this. So yeah, hopefully I won't need all of this, but gotta have it with me. Well, I am back driving in the truck that David and Jonah have so kindly let me use again. You may be wondering why, and I would be wondering the same thing, because I was all packed up, ready to go, and like truly, I was literally just about ready to head out, and I put on my pack and I went to grab water and remembered, like, I know those pockets are closed, and I realized this is a really kind of non-starter for me. That's the most important feature I think I had in a pack. I did check the Osprey website before I swapped with the warranty claim, and it said that it had dual entry pockets. So that means the 2 mesh pockets on the sides of the pack you can get from both on top and the side, which means I can access the water bottles while with the pack on. As it is now, I have to take the entire pack off just to get water, to drink water, which I know it sounds a little silly, but people who hike will understand this. Like, I've climbed over and around some sketchy blowdowns, like the trees, with my pack on, which made it way more dangerous just because I didn't want to take it off. Like, when you're hiking like 15, 20 miles into the day and it's like got this heavy weight on your back, like the last thing you want to do is like take it off. It's hard to explain, but it's like truly like a something people avoid, and I avoid. So having to do that every time I need to drink water just doesn't work, and I was troubleshooting. So I got Osprey on the phone. They're so great. Like, the sales rep, I get to talk to the same person every time I call in. I don't have to wait some long menu. She knows who I am at this point. Like, it's just so nice touch customer service. And I just nicely pointed out, like, hey, your website still says that the latest version of the Talon has dual entry side pockets, and the one I got does not. And she looked and agreed, so they sent me a shipping label I have through 3.5 hours to get basically into town. I'm going to go to the Mountain Provisions, and because they're 7 to 14 days backed up shipping new bags, and there's another version called the Exos that Osprey makes that has the side pocket entry, and so that's what I'm gonna go with. I would buy a different brand probably at this point, even though I cannot speak more highly of Osprey and the customer service, but I almost bought a new backpack for doing this whole hike, and there are two main reasons I didn't, and one was the side pockets for this water entry. And so I am going to go with the Exos because the retailer in town here only sells Ospreys, and I can swap. Basically what I'm going to do is go to Mountain Provisions, I've already talked to the owner, Brian, who's been really helpful. I'm going to get all my stuff out of this pack, then I'm going to go to FedEx. I'm going to ship this pack out, at which point I will call Osprey, give them the tracking number, at which point they'll release the delivery of swapping the Talon for the Exos. But because it's 7 to 14 days back ordered, they're gonna allow me to put the name of somebody at Mountain Provisions, send it to them, and Mountain Provisions then will give me the one that they currently have in stock. So they get a sale essentially of a pack, but they'll get, and then my replacement warranty would show up to their 14 days later or whatever. And it's kind of a complicated process, and I have to say this was all done in a matter of probably 5 minutes on the phone with Osprey. Like truly, this is not a normal transaction, because the bag I have now is from a warranty claim. So like it's complicated, and they worked with me and we found a solution. Like it's pretty amazing that level of customer service. So cannot speak more highly of them, and I'm just really grateful. But I realize like this is eating up half a day of time I could be hiking, and thankfully Jonah and David said I could stay another night. So nice of them, so nice of them. I'm kind of almost embarrassed, because when I first got there I said it'd be for 2 days, and then I ended up staying for 4 full days, 5 nights, and now it'll be one more. But the way I look at it is, assuming my shin holds up when I get out of here, like I'm just going straight to Canada. Like there's gonna be really no time to stop or do any of this stuff, and it's gonna just cause me problems, like inefficiencies with the water and everything. So I just think I could have done this like yesterday and the day before, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal, even though I knew that was one of the features I wanted and why I kept the backpack I kept. And I knew that this one, the new version I had, didn't have it. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'll just deal with it. Adaptability, like there's so many things, even on trail and in life, that you have to just kind of adjust and roll with the punches. But hydration is a frequent thing that you need to do, and it's a system that what I have just doesn't cut it, and it's going to add up to a lot of inefficiencies and frustrations on trail. And I didn't fully process that till I put my pack on, like basically ready to go drive out back to the trail, and kind of wanted to reach for water, and I was like, oh, this is like a problem. And I thought about cutting slits in there, but then they could totally rip, and then I have nowhere to store water. So I think this is the right move. I don't love the Exos, but I haven't used it, but like the design stuff, like it's okay, but I really wanted this Talon. I liked it, but without that water pocket feature, dual access, it doesn't do it for me. So just appreciative so much to Jonah and David for being such amazing hosts and letting me stay longer, and Osprey customer service and Mountain Provisions for like working with me. Like this is a unexpected thing, but it's self-inflicted in a way, and I acknowledge that, but I'm gonna get it right now, so I don't have to worry about it later. Also with the fires update, so I was just informed by Jonah, there's apparently the one northwest of Crater Lake, which is the PCT goes right through, or right next to. That went from 150 acres yesterday to 6,000, so this could be really bad. The ones close by to here look like they're more contained. I was monitoring them last night and this morning. Like I don't know, I'm just going off of little data on an app called Watch Duty, but it says it went from 2 to 1 and 1.3 acres. So like the fact that it went down, I think to me implies it's being contained, but who really knows? And I saw a comment from somebody that said they were able to walk by it on trail. So I was planning to go straight through, and that'll still be my plan tomorrow, but there are little fires all over kind of popped up from a few days ago that, at least on this app, I don't know, like I saw probably 6 or 7 that were right along the PCT in the next 100 miles to Crater Lake, which I showed in yesterday's episode at the very end. I kept the map on there. And then there's this big one now northwest of Crater Lake, so it's just more challenges that arise, and I have to be extra. I want to just make something clear that, you know, it's very easy for me to just be look at these, oh, these are fires, this is a challenge, like for my journey doing the PCT, but like I really got a taste of this when I was in some other places, notably Chester and then Etna a little bit, and then here too. Like these are people's homes. Like this is like at the end of the day, like me not being like having to work around, like, oh, I got to get here because there's a fire. Like there's something much more important and real at stake. It's just people's lives and livelihoods, and so it's a really serious matter. And it's really I like, my heart goes out to people. You know, everyone who has to deal with various natural disasters where they live, and you know, this being more prominent in the last 5 to 7 years from what I gathered here in Southern Oregon and elsewhere. You know, it's a very real risk and hazard that people have to kind of monitor daily, and like just something. So I that's not lost on me remotely. It's not just like, oh, there's fire, got to go around it. Like it's a very serious thing. Well, thanks to the help from Bryant and the team here at Mountain Provisions and Osprey Customer Service, I have made the switch to this Exos 48 liter, 4 more liters than I had in the Talon, but thankfully it's got the dual entry side mesh pockets, so I can actually access my water while I'm walking, which is kind of absolutely essential. So the more I think about it. Well, I'm walking with my boxed up Talon that I'm returning to Osprey. Mountain Provisions was super helpful. Just they don't really get anything out of this. They basically are swapping a bag they had in inventory to give to me, and then they'll be without a bag for like however long it takes until the Osprey sends the one that they would have sent to me directly. So very nice of them to help me out and do this to me. And they, like, the manager boxed it all up for me, gave me a box, printed the shipping label, taped it up, made sure it was good to go. Like, it's just so rare to have that kind of care from, and it's everybody in that store. I've interacted with 5 people, including the owner. They're a decent amount, just so caring and helpful. And like, that's just such a rare thing these days. Those are the kind of places where I just gladly give all my business because of that. So I'm now walking over to the shipping store. Also yesterday when I sent out all those boxes to ahead of myself and to Washington, one of them couldn't be sent with USPS, so I had to also go to FedEx. So that's where I'm going to FedEx or some place that's approved FedEx shipper or whatever, retailer. So I'm walking over there now. Yesterday I drove, but it's only like 0.3 miles, so it's a good test for my shin as well. Well, I just got some delicious street tacos and some nice horchata, and met a nice local I chatted with for a while, Chris, who actually spent some time in his high school years very close to where I grew up, so that was cool. And now I am heading back to Mountain Provisions to just handle the final step of this whole process. I'm going to call up Osprey and email her all the details. So thankfully that's done. Been walking around, my shin is hurting a little bit, but it is nice here. That's why I took the camera out, actually. In a way, I'm kind of just filling the space with some words so you all can see this. It's just beautiful. Like, I don't know, it's very quaint here. But anyways, yeah, tomorrow we'll be back on trail. Hopefully my shin continues to heal tonight. Well, I just finished eating Chipotle because I had to go to my favorite place for healthy, decent, reasonably priced food. I'm planning to get out early tomorrow. It's a lot to monitor with all these fires. Jonah, who I've been staying with, has been super helpful, kind of keep me apprised with all that. But yeah, I think my plan is just to head out and kind of walk as far as I can, unless there's an official closure. But I stopped in the grocery store just to grab some ice cream because last chance, you know. I have to say, I've been running around between like FedEx shipping and where the gear store is at, and to basically like make sure the car was 2-hour parking. Just, it wasn't a lot of walking, but it was, you know, like 0.3 miles between the gear store and the FedEx place and then back. So like, you know, I've walked definitely over a mile or two today, and like my shin, I feel it, which is not great, but I'm going out tomorrow regardless. There's a wonderful Chipotle, always a good sight, and Albertsons. I'm heading back. Wow, I think that might be smoke. I mean, not to sound kind of dumb, I'm just not used to this stuff, so I don't want to say for sure, but obviously it's pretty hazy up there, and actually to there too. It's probably smoke.